Jimmy Fallon relays Biden's promise of a peaceful transfer of power. Democrats were like, well, I guess at this point we can let him speak again, the Tonight Show host said. Biden said, you can't love your country only when you win. Jimmy Fallon told his viewers. Yeah. Then he said, but since I didn't win or lose, I can do whatever the hell I want. Credit, NBC. Welcome to Best of Late Night, a rundown of the previous night's highlights that lets you sleep, and lets us get paid to watch comedy. Here are the 50 best movies on Netflix right now. President Biden spoke from the White House on Thursday, promising a peaceful transfer of power to President-elect Donald J. Trump in January. The world of late-night TV. The rise of Taylor Tomlinson, the young stand-up comedian, has rapidly emerged as one of the most in-demand superstars in comedy. Her latest gig, After Midnight, is an unconventional late-night show. Jon Stewart has skills. The comedian has always had a sharp borscht belt approach, but only in his return to The Daily Show can we see how he wields this style so expertly. Trevor Noah's legacy. In 2015, the South African comedian took on the mantle of Daily Show host from Stewart. In the 7 years that followed, he was responsible for widening late night's field of vision. A passion for late-night TV, Trish Bendix, who writes our Best of Late Night column, reflected on years of watching and covering talk shows that air after dark. Democrats were like, well, I guess at this point we can let him speak again, Jimmy Fallon said. During his speech, Biden said, you can't love your country only when you win. Yeah. Then he said, but since I didn't win or lose, I can do whatever the hell I want. Jimmy Fallon. Biden also tried to comfort Democrats by saying, the America of your dreams is calling for you to get back up. Then Biden said, now if you'll excuse me, I need to go take a nap. Jimmy Fallon. But he said, the America of your dreams is calling for you to get back up, is based on a quote from his favorite British poet, Chumbawamba. Jimmy Fallon. He only spoke for a few minutes, didn't want to miss the showcase showdown on Price is Right. Jimmy Kimmel. The president gave a gracious speech. He told the nation, you can't love your country only when you win, which got a huge laugh in the lunchroom at Mar-a-Lago. Jimmy Kimmel. We're going to be talking about Trump again every day for another 4 years, I guess. And I, for one, did not think that when I came out of the jungles of Malaysia to do comedy that I would be making jokes about Donald Trump every day for 13 years straight. 13 years. I don't talk about anybody as much. I don't talk about my mom as much as I talk about this guy. I don't talk about my wife as much as I talk about this guy. My wife thinks I'm having an emotional affair with him. I'm going to be talking about this guy on my expletive deathbed, okay? Which I assume will be in 3 years, when he somehow brings back the bubonic plague. Ronnie Chang. According to Google, searches for moving to Canada skyrocketed during the election. Google searches for moving to Canada were up by 5,000%. Now it's just Melania doing it. Jimmy Kimmel. Moving to Canada after an election we don't like is one of those things Americans are always saying we're going to do but never actually go through with it, like when you tell the vet you're going to brush your dog's teeth. Jimmy Kimmel. And it's not just Canada, searches for moving to Mexico also spiked as the results started coming in, probably from Canadians looking to get away from all the Americans. Jimmy Kimmel. Last night I changed my dating app settings to find matches in other countries. Anybody else? I wish that was a joke. Taylor Tomlinson. I've never been one of those girls that melts for a foreign accent, but now I think my type is anyone with a different passport than me. Taylor Tomlinson. And look, obviously other countries have problems, too, but at least they have 2-day workweeks and red wine for breakfast. Taylor Tomlinson. The bits worth watching. On Thursday's Late Show, Stephen Colbert and his guest Mike Birbiglia reminisced about meeting the Pope.